Hi, my name is Brooke and this is my dog Pippa, and we have been traveling in my Honda CRV since May of 2021, and we've been traveling full time since August of 2020 if you're new. Today we're going to be talking about what I do with my trash while living in my Honda. I used to travel in an RV. If you didn't know that before, I started in an RV and then moved down and downsized into the car. And I had trouble with mice in my RV. I am very concerned about where the trash is kept to make sure that I don't attract any unwanted visitors inside the vehicle with me. So a lot of people tend to keep their trash in front of the passenger seat in a car when you're just driving around town or anything like that. But for me, I don't want to have that trash so close to the engine bay that a mouse or another rodent or something like that can smell that through my air system and actually want to come in and investigate. So what I do is I keep air fresheners down there or balance sheets or something like that to guard against the smell to the outside of the vehicle. And I actually keep my trash behind my front seat in little footwell back there where the like where if you're a passenger you would set your feet behind the driver's seat. I feel like that gives us enough distance from the front of the car, and I don't have problems, crossing my fingers, knocking on wood, that I don't have any problems moving forward, and I haven't had any since I've been in the car, by doing it this way. Now, I don't ever try to fill up a tall kitchen bag's worth of trash. It is very, very, very difficult to find somewhere that will let you throw away that large of a bag of trash. I found this out in the RV as well, but a lot of places where I do throw away trash, it is very difficult to kind of like sneak your trash into if you are accumulating that much trash at one time and trying to dispose of it, especially because public dumpsters and things like that have kind of been fewer and further between. They've all been pretty much privatized. Lots of no dumping signs and things like that have been popping up, I think because of traveling getting more popular, especially during the pandemic. So people don't want you to use their trash in that way. So what I do is I use grocery bags as trash bags, and once a grocery bag is full, I take it to either a gas station, rest stop, Walmart, like those public trash cans that you see outside of like retail stores, grocery stores, everything like that. So I'm only disposing of one bag of trash at a time, and it's grocery bag size. It's very small, it's tied up properly, and I can very quickly take it out of my car when I go get gas or at a rest stop or something, and I'm not filling up an entire trash can, and making more work for people than I need to. I do also keep a roll of small trash bags that are for, like a trash bin that's by like in an office or something. And I also keep the 13-gallon kitchen trash bags for pooping in. If you haven't seen that video, you can go and check that out, just in case I don't have grocery bags or haven't gone to get groceries in a while or have needed to use more grocery bags than usual. So I do keep other types of trash bags on hand, but most of the time I try to keep what I'm throwing away in a grocery bag size. So say I do poop in a bag, I wrap that up into a grocery bag sized bag of trash and then dispose of it properly. So I don't try to fill up a 13-gallon kitchen bag. One thing that does get suggested to me every once in a while by other campers is to burn your trash. So I don't use any paper plates and I don't use paper towels very frequently, and I have a lot of trash that I actually cannot burn. So it's either food waste or wet wipes or things like that that are mostly my trash that I accumulate. So I don't attempt to burn my trash at all. A lot of people don't take the time to look up what trash is allowed to be burned and what's not. And in a lot of locations, there are burn bans in the summer that I frequent. And also, if you do not burn all of your trash properly, there could be food waste left over and it could attract animals to your campsite. So you need to be really careful about having trash burning as part of your plan, and I just would not recommend it. I do most of my traveling in campsites that are dispersed or on public lands. And one of the most important things is you need to pack out all of your trash. So even if you decide to hang up your trash on a tree or something like that to keep it out of your vehicle, you need to make sure that if an animal gets into it, if you drop something, if there's winds, rain, etc., that you are packing out all of your trash. You may not think that that napkin, that wrapper, that this or that or the other might not make a difference, but it really does. And we need to keep all of these spaces clean and safe for the animals and safe for the environment and accessible for everyone to use, because I know I don't want to pull into a campsite with trash littered everywhere, especially in fire rings and not properly disposed of. And I would not want to leave a space like that for the next person either. So just be very mindful of leave no trace practices. I'll leave that link down below, that you are being a good camper and a good neighbor to, all the animals in your environment. I do choose to take out my trash pretty often compared to others. Since I live in an SUV, I have the luxury of not having to pack up an entire RV worth of stuff, an entire van's worth of stuff when I want to move around. So I don't deal with a lot of trash smell in my vehicle because I take it every few days to a gas station, a local rest stop, just anywhere that has a trash can that's near me. I take it pretty often, so I don't tend to have to worry about that. If I do know I'm going to be camped somewhere for a little bit longer, I do tend to hang my trash outside. I do follow the practices that are recommended for that, with the height that it needs to be hung off of the ground and what locations that is. If you're not sure of that, usually the area that you are camping in has recommendations on how to hang your trash in case of not just bears. I know that that's always like a common one that people are concerned about, but there are also other animals that you need to hang your trash a certain amount of feet from your campsite and a certain height off the ground. If you are in a bigger rig and you do accumulate a large amount of trash, you can pay to go take it to a dump or something like that. Or you can risk the fines of, dumping it somewhere that has a dumpster that maybe you don't, that says no dumping. I do know a few people that have been fined for doing that, and that's why they have switched to the grocery bag method, which was what was recommended to me very early on in my travel journey. But just know that a lot of the places with no dumping signs also have cameras with your license plate when you pull up to, throw away those bags. So just be very mindful of that and the reputation that we get on the road. Everyone is contributing to. So just be mindful of how you are treating the businesses and things like that you are dumping your trash into. Other than that, I don't really have a ton of other trash related problems or issues. I just tend to make sure my trash is small enough that I can quickly dispose of it when I'm at the gas station most of the time, and it's never been very much of like a concern for me, and it's never been a huge problem. So if you have any other questions about trash or things like that, you can leave them down below, but if not, I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.